All right, this is the video critique for LA 337 by Taggart Vinson. This is my landscape. It's a more broad, contains a few different spots. It's hard to describe, but it's mainly the pond and forest that border my childhood home. It's this beautiful green escape in a very large suburban area, so it's always very popular and well kept up. Just some small, things to point out from here is there's this trail here in this forest that surrounds this way, and then my house just off to the right here, behind the forest, of course. Here's a few locations on. I'm not going to go too in depth, but these are all very convenient walking spaces that save me, our family, and many other families a car trip. Save them fuel. There's this water park and everything down here, dock, dam, and many things that were very convenient to walk to, which otherwise wouldn't be if the trail wasn't there. Moving on, here's some pretty pictures of it and the different seasons. You can see the grass changing colors, but this dam specifically, it's kind of what I want to get into. So the lake acts as a buffer zone for runoff from the surrounding houses and communities. It also prevents nearby ecosystems from becoming waterlogged, which could be very hurtful towards the surrounding wildlife. I remember as a kid, we would have massive rainstorms and the lake would overflow like crazy. The paths around it would be completely covered up, and you could barely see the tall grass and cattails peeking out from the side of the water. You can see those here, all this. You just see them barely poking out of the water. I never realized how much it benefited the ecosystem, as all that water would become runoff or flood the area. This dock as well, you could always see the water come like nearly halfway up, often, or sometimes even higher. So the area is actually protected by a federal permit, shielding it from the construction and urbanization that has taken out many other previously undisturbed areas around it. Um, the city it is in is required to maintain and restore the native trees, plants, and other vegetation that is within the habitat area. This little green spot right here is the area, and it's a decently big area. It's right here. This is a photo taken from Apple Maps. This is my house right here, and this whole little forest strip is protected. And as you can see, well, you can't see very well in here, but all this is now gone. It's filled with houses. This used to be a big field. This used to be a big field, so it's very nice to have a spot to we know it's going to be safe. They started tearing out those places when I was in around sixth grade, and it was pretty sad. It took away the natural feel of the area, and it took away a lot of places I used to run and play with all my friends and family. It's now being concrete fields. But yeah, so it's really nice to have a secure spot right here. Moving on to the wildlife. The area was home to many different birds, as well as fish, bugs, and small amphibians. My neighborhood was constantly filled with ducks and geese in the roads and walkways as well, having such a nice habitat nearby. Here's a picture or a clip from the first picture that I showed of some ducks right next to that thing, right next to the cattails. I think this might be a turtle. Well, maybe it's just a duck. Here's a photo of my brother next to the huge koi he caught during one of our floods. And here's a statue of a crane and a beaver, because you often see them at night or during the day, going by the edge of the water, or see the ripples in the water from the beaver tails. The sources I used, these two websites, actually, I only got images off of. All the information I used is from a large sign that's posted right next to the dock. I could not find a photo of it. Um, Back to this, it's back behind this dock. It's right behind this. It's on like this nice pedestal of stone and on a metal sign, and it's very convenient to learn all about the landscape and the area around it. So, but yeah, that's where I got all my information.